The air in my house felt heavy every day, like a dark blanket that covered everything. I moved from room to room like a quiet shadow. I woke up tired and I slept tired. My heart felt small and cold. My marriage no longer felt like a safe place. It felt like a closed box where I could not breathe. Once, a long time ago, my home was full of warm sounds. There was laughter. There were soft touches. There were the small, happy moments between two people who loved each other. But those days were gone. Now the rooms felt empty, even when both of us stood inside them. My husband felt like a stranger to me. His face was familiar, but his heart felt far away. He spoke to me without feeling, walked past me without care, and looked at me without warmth. Even his silence felt sharp. I felt like I had become someone invisible in my own home. I felt trapped, like a bird with its wings closed tight. For many nights, I lay awake thinking, how long can I live like this? How long can I pretend this is a marriage? The hurt grew inside me every day, like a slow fire burning my heart. Then, one day, a small, dark thought came into my mind. It was quiet at first, only a whisper, but the whisper grew louder. It started to repeat itself again and again. He must go. Not just leave the house, not just leave my life. No, the thought said, he must leave this world. The idea shocked me. I had never imagined anything like that before. But pain can push a person into a corner, and when a heart stays in a corner for too long, it starts to think in dangerous ways. Days passed, weeks passed, and my dark thought became stronger. If he is gone, I will be free. If he is gone, I can breathe again. One morning, I could not hold the pain anymore. My heart felt like it would break. My feet carried me to my mother's house. I did not plan the visit. I just walked, crying inside, hoping she would understand me the way she always did. My mother stood at her door when I came. She did not smile. She did not ask questions. She looked into my eyes, and I knew she understood I was suffering. There was wisdom in her eyes, old and deep, as if she could already see inside my heart. "Mother," I said in a weak voice that did not feel like mine, "I can't do this anymore. I can't live in this marriage. I feel trapped. I feel hurt. I feel like I am dying inside." My voice shook. My hands shook. I want him gone, forever. But I fear the law. I fear what will happen if anyone finds out. Mother, please, help me. I cannot live like this anymore. My mother did not look surprised. She did not look angry. She only looked sad and calm. "Yes, my daughter," she said softly. "I can help you, but freedom comes with a price. You must do a series of tasks. You must follow each step with your whole heart." I felt desperate enough to agree to anything. "Mother, I will do anything. Just tell me what to do." She gave a slow, knowing nod. "Listen carefully," she said. "First, you must make peace with him, truly. No more anger, no sharp words, no cold silence. Your interactions with him must be soft and calm, because if something happens to him, no one must think of you. Peace will protect you." I felt confused. Peace? With the man who hurt me? Peace with the man I wanted to erase? But I nodded. I would do anything for freedom. "Next," my mother said, "you must bring back your beauty, not to please him, but to bring back the light inside you. Dress well, fix your hair, take care of your face. Become the woman he once looked at with love. Let him see you as a warm light again. My chest tightened. I did not want to look beautiful for a man who made me feel small, but again I nodded. Then, she continued, you must care for him. Speak kindly, listen to him, attend to his needs, make him feel valued. Let him believe you love him deeply. This felt almost impossible. My heart was full of resentment, but my desire for freedom was stronger. Next, she said gently, you must be patient. You must be loving. You must not let jealousy touch your heart. Listen to him without judgment. Respect him. Try to understand his thoughts. I felt tired just hearing it. This path was not easy. You must also be generous, she said. Spend your money on him. Help him without complaint. And if he fails to provide for you, do not let anger grow. Show understanding. I swallowed hard. It felt like I was being asked to change everything inside me. And finally, my mother said, you must always speak softly. Never raise your voice. Be the peace in your house. Be the calm in the storm. I nodded again. My heart felt heavy, but I wanted freedom, and I believed this was the road to it. Then my mother opened a small wooden box. Inside it was a fine golden powder. Take this, she said. Put a small pinch of this in his food every day. It is slow. It leaves no sign. With patience, it will do its work. I took the packet with trembling hands. I believed my path to freedom had finally begun. That night I returned home and followed the plan. I smiled at him gently. I cooked for him. I put a pinch of the golden powder in his food. I spoke softly. I dressed nicely. I waited. I acted. I performed kindness like it was a role I had to play. I did not know then that this plan would change everything, including me. The first days of my new plan felt strange and heavy. I forced myself to smile when I wanted to cry. I spoke softly when my heart wanted to shout. I cooked his meals with extra care, even though my hands shook every time I added that small pinch of golden powder. I moved gently. I listened carefully. I dressed in colors I had not worn in a long time. At first, everything felt fake. It all felt like acting, like I was wearing a mask that did not fit my face. My heart was full of hurt, but I had to hide it. I told myself again and again, this is the path to freedom. This is the way out. But something small began to shift. It was not loud. It was not fast. It was slow, like morning light touching a dark room. One evening, when I placed his food on the table, he looked at me, not with cold eyes, but with surprise. A soft kind of surprise. This looks nice, he said. Only simple words, but I could not remember the last time he had noticed anything I did. The next day, after I dressed carefully, his eyes rested on me for a moment longer than usual. You look different today, he said quietly. His voice did not sound sharp. It sounded calm. I felt confused. I had prepared myself for many things, but not for this. As the days passed, every small act I did started to create a small change in him. When I listened to him, really listened, he started to talk. Not just basic talk, not the empty words we had shared for months, but real talk about his day, his worries, his dreams he thought he had lost. I learned things about him I never knew before. His loneliness, his fears, his feeling that I no longer loved him. Those words hit me hard. I thought he had stopped caring. I thought he had killed the love. But maybe both of us had let the marriage fall into darkness. One night, after a long day, I made tea for him and sat beside him. Not too close, but not far either. He looked tired, and without thinking, I touched his hand. Just lightly, just a simple touch. He looked up at me with soft eyes, the eyes I had not seen in years. "Thank you," he said. Only 2 words, but they felt like a warm blanket on my cold heart. The kindness I gave him started to return to me. If I smiled, he smiled too. If I thanked him, he thanked me back. If I sat beside him, he sat beside me a little longer than he needed to. Day by day, the man I loved in the early years of marriage started to show again. Not suddenly, not perfectly, but slowly. And something even stranger began to happen. My own heart started to feel lighter. The resentment that once lived inside me like a sharp stone began to soften. The anger that made my chest tight started to melt. I did not understand it at first. How could small acts of peace and love create such a change, both in him and in me? But every day I saw proof. When I dressed with care, he noticed. When I cooked with love, he appreciated it. When I listened, he trusted me. When I spoke softly, he opened up. When I respected him, he respected me. The cold house that once felt like a grave started to feel warm again. There was laughter sometimes, small, unsure laughter, but real. There were moments when he reached out to help me with something, moments when he noticed I looked tired and asked if I was okay, moments when he said simple, kind things like, "Let me do that," or "You rest, I'll help." I felt something I never expected to feel on this dark journey. Hope. Real hope. A soft, new hope that touched my heart like gentle rain. 30 days passed. 30 days of small changes, small steps, small moments of healing. I looked at him now and saw not a monster, not a stranger, but a man trying to love me, trying to be better, trying to fix the broken pieces between us. And then came the moment that shook me completely, the moment that broke me in a different way. One evening, I watched him sleep. His face looked peaceful, almost young again. His breathing was slow. His hand rested near mine. And suddenly, fear rushed through me like a storm. Not fear of him, but fear for him. My heart whispered, what if the powder is killing him? What if he gets sick? What if he dies now that he is loving me again? The thought made me tremble. Tears filled my eyes. I realized the truth. I did not want him dead. I did not want freedom in that dark way anymore. Something inside me had changed. Something inside me had healed. I fell to my knees beside the bed, crying softly so I would not wake him. I felt terrified. I felt guilty. I felt full of regret. And the next morning, with shaking hands and a heart full of fear, I ran to my mother's house again. But this time, my voice was different. My fear was different. My heart was different. "Mother," I cried, "I cannot do it. I do not want him to die. He has changed. He is kind now. He is loving. He tries every day. Mother, what have I done? How can I stop the poison? Please, tell me how to save him."
My tears were not from hate now. They were from love, a love that had returned without warning. I stood there shaking, waiting for her answer.
When I reached my mother's house, I felt as if my legs would stop working. My breath was broken. My eyes were full of tears that I could not hold back. I felt fear inside me, a fear so strong that it almost pushed my heart out of my chest. My mother opened the door slowly. She looked at me with calm eyes, but I could see she already knew something had changed inside me. "Mother," I whispered, my voice shaking. "Please, I cannot continue. I do not want him to die. He is not the same man anymore. He is kind, he is gentle. He is trying so hard. Mother, please, I want to save him. Tell me how to stop the poison." My whole body trembled as I spoke. I felt like a child again, scared and lost. My mother held my hands, which were cold with fear. She guided me inside and made me sit. She looked into my eyes with a soft, deep understanding. "My child," she said in a warm, steady voice, "do not be afraid." I stared at her, waiting for her to tell me the truth I feared so much. Then she spoke the words that stopped my breath. "The powder I gave you was harmless. It was only turmeric." I froze. The room became quiet as a stone. My mind could not move. Only my heart moved, beating hard inside my chest. "Turmeric?" I repeated softly, hardly believing her. "Yes," she said gently. "A spice. It cannot hurt anyone. It cannot kill anyone. It can only add color and warmth to the food." My eyes widened. My hands covered my face. I felt weak. And then, slowly, relief spread through me like warm sunlight. "But why?" I asked. My voice was small. "Why did you tell me it was poison?" My mother sat beside me. She held my hands again, like she used to when I was a little girl. "Because, my daughter, the real poison was not in the food. The real poison was inside your heart." Her words entered me slowly but deeply. "Your anger," she continued, "your bitterness, your coldness, your silence, your fights, your resentment. These were the true poisons that were destroying your marriage. They were hurting you. They were hurting him." I listened to her in complete stillness. I felt her words like soft hands touching my heart. "And when you started doing the tasks I gave you," she said softly, "you removed the poison, not from him, but from yourself." I thought about everything I had done in the last 30 days, the soft words, the calm voice, the small acts of care, the listening, the kindness, the respect. I had done them all for the wrong reason, yet they had created something good, something beautiful. "When you changed," my mother said, "he changed. When you became gentle, he became gentle. When you showed love, he showed love. Men often reflect what we give them." A tear rolled down my cheek, then another, and another. It was true. Everything she said was true. I had seen him become a better man because I had become a better woman. When the poison left your heart, she said, a new marriage was born, a new love, a new peace. I covered my mouth, trying not to cry loud, but the truth was too big now. It filled me completely. My mother held me until my tears softened. Then she looked into my eyes with love. "Go home, my daughter," she said. "Go home to your husband. Go home to your new life. Go home with a soft heart. Love him, respect him, and he will hold you like treasure." I nodded slowly, understanding everything now, not with my mind, but with my heart. I left her house quietly. My steps felt lighter. My breath felt deeper. My heart felt warm for the first time in many months. When I reached home, I opened the door. My husband looked at me with gentle eyes, the same eyes he used to have long ago. He walked towards me and touched my hand softly. "Are you okay?" he asked quietly. And for the first time, I felt the answer clearly inside me. "Yes," I whispered. "I am okay." He hugged me, not stiff, not distant, but with real warmth, real love. And I knew then that I had almost destroyed something beautiful. Not because of him, because of the poison in me. But now, the poison was gone, the love had returned, and our home no longer felt like a tomb. It felt like a place where two hearts could grow again, slow and steady, like small flowers after a long winter. I held his hand, and for the first time in a long time, I felt peace. Not forced peace, not fake peace. Real peace. A new beginning, a new marriage, a new us. And with a heart full of softness, I looked at him and smiled, truly smiled. If you liked my story, please subscribe and join my family.